Let me ask the same question then to Jack. Jack, do you look at analytics and send content to sponsors as well?
Absolutely, all the time. And if they have a special request, I'm happy to do that. And I think my best advice would be really know your platform, because what I'm finding is what may work on Facebook doesn't work on YouTube, works on TikTok, and vice versa. And another thing that we talk about all the time is how often the algorithm changes. So you have to be flexible. You have to be willing to evolve. If it was a baseball game, I'd describe it like this. We all need to have those fundamentals. We all understand the game, but the pitchers evolve constantly. So every 6 months, we got to figure out how to hit that new pitch. And for me, to give you an example, during the pandemic, everybody wanted live. Facebook wanted live, YouTube wanted live. Well, what did they find out? Unfortunately, some things were happening live that they couldn't control, that weren't very advertiser friendly. And live isn't necessarily what it
Hmm.
used to be. Here comes TikTok. Mark Zuckerberg, the execs from Google's, they all underestimated TikTok. TikTok took the world by storm. Now we're doing reels. Now we're doing shorts. And just yesterday, I see my buddy Trevor's on here. I was talking to him about this. My best advice is find out what is the next new hottest thing. What does that platform want, and give it to it. I did something yesterday I didn't want to do. YouTube wants you to now do live vertical video. And I like everything horizontal on YouTube because it fits in between a 16:9 television. But I was at Laconia Motorcycle Festival and I said, what the heck? Let me do this. It's what it wants. Views were through the roof, and it was phenomenal. So sometimes you just have to give that algorithm machine what it wants. And what it wants now, unfortunately, may not be what it wants in 6 months. And one more thing I want to say about what Megan said about repurposing content. Great idea. I'm going to take it even one step further. I think if you can subtly change the meaning or present it in another way, that's even taking it a step further. My personal example is last year, I had the opportunity to do an interview in Jay Leno's garage and was just over the moon. What a great guy he was. Took me 2 years to get the interview, and we did 300,000 views on YouTube. And I'm like, oh, cool. 8 months later, I'm out of content in the winter. He said one slightly critical and funny comment about Orange County Choppers. I slashed it down to 5 minutes, retitled the thing. I've never seen anything like this before. It went to 3.2 million views and was the number 32 video in the world for like 3 days. So I'm like,
Wow.
oh my gosh, is this, maybe we all have that potential out there with this great content that we have. It's all how it's presented. It's all about that algorithm. It's all about, are people going to engage with it? So, yeah, absolutely. There's content that can be reused.
I like that advice. And you're saying find out what the algorithms reward and what the algorithms want. How do you find that out? I don't know that much about algorithms or social media. How do I know what YouTube's going to reward me, or Facebook or Instagram or TikTok?
Here's what I say. Here's my best advice. And again, you're not talking to a computer science guy with a master's degree. You're talking about a guy that just believes in entertaining and trial and error. I say get that base of fundamentals. And then my philosophy, and there's a lot of people that probably have a different philosophy. I say, hey, we're fishing. And the more times we cast that line out there, the more chances you have to catch a big fish. I've talked to gurus that they're all about pinpoint accuracy and get that video just right. I've done that and I've failed. I'm just not that good to hit a home run every time. So I was at a drag race at Rockingham Dragway this past weekend. I posted a lot of videos. Some of them didn't do so well. Some of them got over 1 million views. And I think it's just really, my opinion is, give that big bad algorithm machine what it wants and let it decide, because oftentimes the algorithm god is a lot stronger than what we think, and what I think is good content, even though I've been doing this for so long, is not what everybody else wants. It might be what I want, might not be what you want.